Hey everybody, what's going on? Brendan Miller here, back with another video. Today, I'm going down to fish one of my favorite spots, and that is the swamp. I'm out here again at this amazing place. I've done a lot of videos here in the past. The fishing here is so good. But it looks like we might have a bit of a problem. It looks like the swamp kind of dried up. The interesting thing, I was here last year and it was really full of water. It looked really good. I'm confused right now. I'm not sure why this place would have dried up. Okay, wait, no. It didn't dry up. There's a little puddle still there. Oh, this was interesting. Oh boy, this is really thick stuff. It really grew up. Oh no. Wow. This all used to be water. Now it's all dried up. I can see a little puddle of water right there, but that is about it. Man, this is nuts. This place used to be an amazing fishery. Now it's just a little puddle. Let's see if there's any bass in here still. So as you guys can see, this all used to be underwater, and now it has shrunk down to this tiny little spot right here. Hopefully there's some fish in here. Hopefully the fish are still healthy. Hopefully they're doing well. I would hate to see this spot be totally destroyed. Let's get fishing and see what happens. We probably still have some fish in here. They're probably super concentrated though. Any fish still in here? Oh yeah, there's one. Yeah, we still got some bass in here. There we go. There's one. Little guy. Almost dropped my rod. Tiny little guy. Alright, so I caught that one fish on the top water right there. Not a big fish, but he definitely hit it. There still is some fish in here. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I noticed the water was really stained, so I'm going to throw a gold spinnerbait right here with a trailer hook. Always throw spinnerbaits with trailer hooks. Will save your life. But I'm going to throw that in there and see if that can't get any more fish to bite. It's got a little more flash. My brother Rodney caught his PB out of here a couple of years ago in one of my videos. But to see the place kind of go downhill, there's one. It's kind of crazy. There's another bass. About the same size as the last one. I'm trying to get some of the bigger fish. I know there's some big fish in here, and if this is the case, if this is the only water left in this area, then these fish are super concentrated in here. There's one. There we go. Definitely still some fish in here. That feels like a better fish too. This is a small little area. Oh, snap. Come here, buddy. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. That's a fish, dude. That's a swamp donkey if I've ever seen one right there. Wow, that fish barely fought. That's a good fish, dog. That's a good chunky fish right there. That's a good fish right there, guys. 3 pounds. He's got a big head on him though. If this fish would fill out a little more, he'd probably be closer to 4, but he's a decent 3-pounder. I'm gonna set up the tripod real quick with the main camera because it seems, despite all of the water that has drained out of this place, there still is a healthy population of bass still in this tiny little body of water. I think I'm kind of burning them out. I might have to switch up to something a little bit different. One thing I've learned, if you fish a small body of water with the same lure for a while and you catch a couple fish, eventually the fish get kind of smart and they know to avoid that bait, or at least they don't show as much interest in it. You usually catch 2 or 3 fish right off the bat, like I did with the spinnerbait. You know, I caught 2 or 3 fish right off the bat, and then it seems like they've kind of died off a little bit. All right, guys. So the thing I've been noticing about this spot is that there is some nice fish in here, but they're very spooky. So I'm gonna let the spot cool off a little bit. I'm gonna explore around and see if I can find some other pockets of water. Like I said, this place used to be a fairly large body of water, and there could be some other pockets back in here. So I'm gonna sneak around and see if I can find another little area where there might be some more fish. See if there's anything back up in this stuff. Oh my goodness, got him right there. Oof. That fish was hungry. I just dropped my spinnerbait in there. He just whopped it. You can hit it again. There he is. Got him. That was a hungry fish. He keeps coming off. What the world? This fish is ludicrous. This is crazy. I've never fished this close quarters with this many fish. This water is super shallow. Oh, there's a go. Oh, got him. Feels like a good one. There's fish going everywhere in here now. Action's really heating up. Come out here. Get out of the grass. Come on. Oh, that's a better one. Yeah. Oh, snap. That's a good one. Woo, that's a good fish, boys. Look at that. Barely hooked him. That's a skinny fish, but that fish would be pushing close to 4 pounds if it was totally filled out. But that's more like a 3-pounder right there. Beautiful, beautiful. To give you some context as to how far the swamp has dropped, I used to stand right here on this beaver dam and fish here. The water has receded probably a good 8 feet, which is nuts. Absolutely nuts. All right, guys, I just found the reason why the swamp has lost a ton of water. This is it right here. As you can see, this is the main dam, and it has totally been compromised. There's a huge gap right here that allows the water just to flow through instead of building up and creating this swamp. This could have been a natural thing where over time the dam just kind of eroded and eventually a hole opened up, and once the hole opened up it just got bigger and bigger. Anyway, I've given this main area a little bit of time to cool off. I'm gonna throw a different bait in there. All right, guys, so I noticed that a lot of the fish in here tended to be kind of shying away from the spinnerbait. There was a number of fish that actually ran the opposite direction when the spinnerbait came close. So I know that some of these fish in here are a little bit spooky, so I'm gonna switch up to something a little bit more subtle. I'm gonna throw one of my Signature Series swim baits right here. For those of you who don't know, I got my own line of swim baits now. I designed these myself. Just a classic little swim bait right there. It works really well. There you go, just a simple jig head and swim bait. Simple combination. It's gonna be a little bit more subtle. Hopefully it'll get some more of those finicky fish to take a swipe at it. There we go. Instant. Little guy. Nothing to write home about. Absolutely engulfed that swim bait though. It's a good sign. Means they're hungry. There's one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, snap. That's a better fish. Boom. Absolutely annihilated that swim bait. Crushed it. Look at that fish, dude. That's a beautiful fish. Silver. Must be because of all that. This fish is almost silver because of all that dingy water. Whew. Smoking them. There we go. Oh, it came off. Did not get a good hook set on that guy. He wrapped me in those bushes. What the world? They are definitely eating the swim baits today. One thing I noticed when I was throwing the spinnerbait is that there's a lot of small bluegill in here, and this little swim bait imitates those bluegill perfectly. It's definitely working out well. Oh, whoa, that guy hit it right there. Look at that. Almost ripped the rod out of my hands. Why do fish always do that? They always scare me half to death. Almost ripped the rod out of my hands. Where them fishies at? It's very close quarters fishing. There we go. Got him that time. It's a good one. That's a feister. All right, guys, another fish right there. Beautiful bass. But look at that bait, dude. He just absolutely inhaled that swim bait. He was not playing around. Whew. If I was a bass. There we go. Got him. On the jig. That's a good fish, bros. Woo, it's a tank. That is a tank. Boom, smoked another beautiful fish, guys. On the jig, right through the roof. Exactly like you want it. Healthy fish. Healthy fish, strong fish, put up a great fight. Sweet. Later, dude. There's one. He's already swimming with it, look at that. The bait barely hit the water, he was on it. Another chunk, not as big as the last. Whew. Alrighty guys, I just want to do a quick recap of how the day went. Like you saw, I got down to the swamp and I realized that the water was significantly low. About half the water has drained out of the swamp. There was only a small area of water left. Granted, there were some fish in there, but they were very, very spooky. The water was very shallow and the fish were super concentrated. So in order to catch fish, I had to switch up presentations quite a bit. I started throwing a topwater walk bait and I caught that one fish. Then I switched to the spinnerbait and that's what I caught the majority of my fish on. It worked really well, but after a while it seemed like the spinnerbait kind of burned the fish out, so I switched up to that soft plastic swim bait, and that worked really well. By the way, if you guys want to check out some of these soft plastic swim baits and buy some of them, if you do buy some, I get a little bit of kickback and it helps me keep making videos. You can do so down in the description. I'll leave a link down there. After the swim bait, I threw just a standard jig and I was able to catch a couple more nice fish on that. It was definitely a fun experience. I had a lot of fun catching fish there. Before I left, I took the liberty of patching the hole in the dam, and this is going to allow the water level to rise and hopefully provide the fish with some better habitat in the future, but only time will tell. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my last video right here, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so right here. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay hooked. I'll see you later. Hey!